Hello friends, I am Shravana and welcome to my channel Sparkling Future video. So today we will discuss about basic data types. Before starting with the today's topic, I request all of you to subscribe to my channel and also please like, share, comment and hit the bell icon for the latest video notifications. Thank you. So yesterday we have seen what is Scala and what are the main features in Scala. So today we will see the basic data types available in Scala. So this is yesterday's notes. I'm just continuing. I'll just mention as today. I'm continuing from this basic data types and what all available. How can we declare and how can we use them? So like any other programming language, Scala supports all the other data types like string, integer, float, big int, double, everything. These are the basic data types. Lists and all will come. Those we will cover under complex data types. So let's say val 1 equal to 1. So we are not giving anything, right? Like what type is it? But if I just save it, you can see it is converted as int. I mean it is considered as int. So Scala can take the data types automatically by the value that we are assigning to this variable. And similarly for booleans something, okay, is yes. If we say true and save, it will take that as a boolean. And similarly if you give as a string, it will take that as a string. And here if you see the true I have mentioned, right, in the lower case. So in Scala true and false are lower case letters, okay, keywords, lower case keywords. And how to give the string. So let's say val name equal to school something. Then when I save it, it will consider as string. This is how the declaring a string, and it will automatically consider that. How to take a character in a single quotes, just give one single character, it will take it as a char. So it's a single ASCII value. It also supports single and double precision values like float and double. So let's take some temperature, okay, 45 degrees or whatever. Let's say we have a temperature like that. Should be now it will take that as a double value. And if you just put f here, it will take as a float value. Okay, clear? Now we have seen string, int, double, float and all, right. Now let's see how to print the data for these data types. Something, okay, this is the number something, and here we have declared, right, this one. We can just say like that, okay, and some plus space plus is s plus space and name something, I mean like that. You can add anything, okay. And when you save it, this is the number 1 true school. You can see, right, this one is printed here after this string 1, and ECS is true, so it has printed true, and the name is school, it has printed the school value. So this is how we will give in the println statement in Scala. So and if you notice, I have not given semicolon anywhere, which means every new line is a new command. No need to put semicolon at the end of the line. So now let's see how can we do formatting and displaying the numerical data. Let's say println, and we will just say f here in the starting of the println statement. This is for formatting and displaying, right? So that's why we have to put f there. And temperature, we will say temperature is about, and in the dollar, then this is we have already temp here, right? So the same thing I am passing it here. And if we wanted to add some precision to that, then just say that percentage dot 3f. So here I wanted to get 3 decimal places after the point, so I have given it as 3. How many you want, you can give those many points here. So if you see here, the value is 45.35345678 here I have given 3. So after the point, the result has come as, it has taken as the last three digits after the precision. Okay, so that this is how we will do formatting for the decimals. And this when you wanted to use, I mean here like this also you can use by giving plus symbol. I mean this is for concatenation also you can do, or just use this dollar number which indicates the variable name. So inside this double quotes, if you are giving with this dollar sign, it will consider that as a variable name. So next one is we'll see how to do padding with zeros. Okay, so again if I am taking, we'll say 0 padding on the left, and here I'll take the this one. Okay, because now we have only one there, so I'm just saying that I need the left after the press, I mean when the dot comes, right, I mean before the precision 5 digits it should take. This means is we will do that. Okay, 5D. This is how we will do the formatting for printing the zeros. Okay, we are saying that 5 zeros, 5 zeros. Okay, so now if you can see, it says, I mean it's not 5 zeros, it's the 5 digits. It says 5 digits. So already we have 1 here, we have given the variable as 1 here, so 1, and before that 4 zeros, total 5. So here this means that 5 digits. So now it will be like 0 0 1 dot 0, right? So before the precision 5 digits we will have. That is the meaning of this line. Okay, so we can give space like this also, like 4 spaces and this one. If you give anything else, it will consider that as, otherwise it will print the zeros over there. So we can also do the substitute of the strings without specifying the formatting. Like let's type that as well. For string formatting we will use S. So for numbers we did F here, right? For adding this kind of numerical values, we can for strings we can use S. So print the values like how we did here. No, similarly print the values like 1. So it will print as 1. So whatever however you want, right? So instead of this concatenation, you can use this dollar symbol as well. And then what else we can do is we can also include expressions in the print command. So let's see how to do. And also in the Scala shell, I mean in Spark shell also, you can just give 1 plus 2. It will give it as 3 here. If you can see here, 3. Okay, so similarly we can print this using the regular expression. So println, and because it's formatting, I'm giving it as S, and we'll say the expression is something, okay, something like that. And then in the dollar, in flower braces, just give the expression whatever you want. So it will print. If you can see here, right, the expression is 3. The expression 1 plus 2, it has calculated because it's there inside the flower braces and it has printed. Okay, then we will see how to read a number from a string. Okay, I'll just put so many spaces so that screen will come up. Yeah, so let's say we have a variable called year. Okay, this is a this is the year 2021. Let's say we have a string like that. So now we will apply a pattern for this to get only the number out of this entire string. So in usually there will be you will have a string and you may need to fetch only the digits, right? So for such kind of requirements, this pattern matching can be very useful. Okay, and inside this we are saying from the entire from the given expression, which means everything in the expression. Okay, first let me write and then explain, okay, so that it will be easier for me. And for this is for digits, this is for entire string, and then in the whole text, and we have to give the entire string. Okay, so this is the pattern, which means that the star this one is there, no, star dot star means to match anything in the given expression, and this braces inside this slash d means we wanted to extract only digits from a string, and this plus means any number of numbers followed by any number of characters, like take all the numbers. So here 4 digits are there, right? It shouldn't stop with the only one number, it should read all the 4 numbers. So meaning of this plus is that one, read get all the digits. And also this star dot star r means it's a total string. From this total string fetch the digits. That is the meaning of this pattern. So now what we just need to apply this pattern to a string. So let's say let's apply it. Okay, see how Scala is. This is how we can see. Okay, current year, see how beautiful it is. Just if we just say like this, even though this is a val, in Scala everything is a function, right? It's a functional programming. So to this pattern we are assigning this year is this entire string, which is this one. So we are assigning this entire string to pattern, and we are saying that return the current year. In this single line, that much meaning is there. And let's print the current year. And because we are mainly looking for integers, it's always better to use .toInt in Scala. And after running, you can see, right, the current year is 2021. So from this string we have retrieved the numbers, digits out of this string. Okay, so this is about the printing or formatting the string or numbers. You can use F and S. Okay, these are about strings and these things. Okay, let's see about some booleans. Okay, so equal to, let's say 10 is greater than 20. So this false. Okay, next is lesser, 10 is less than 20. It is true. Okay, then let's say val result equal to is greater and is lesser. You can see this false because it's AND. So the same thing let's do with double ampersand. See, both results are true. Actually this single ampersand and double ampersand both do the same thing. This double ampersand is a logical and single ampersand is a bitwise AND. It's able to convert this single ampersand is able to convert this is greater and is lesser details to zeros and ones, so it has worked. This bitwise operator has worked, but this is the logical AND where it will go there and check the exact expression and then it returns the boolean value. So it is always suggested to use this ampersand, double ampersand. And similarly we can use pipe symbol for OR. because it's logical or it has returned true. So friends, this is about the basic data types. We have seen all these things, right? So and also if you wanted to compare any strings, you can just say string 1 equal to string 2. Okay, this is how we will compare in Scala. Okay, maybe I can just quickly show you that as well. String 1 equal to okay, well str1 equal to str2. Then it says true, which means it has um, compared it's not comparing the objects, it is comparing the strings inside these two objects, and it has given the boolean value as true. So this is how the data types of these are the typical basic data types in Scala. So let's go check the remaining functionality of Scala other in the other videos. Thank you very much for watching the video, friends. Please subscribe to my channel for more interesting learnings. Thank you.